night dwellers. Welcome to the very first Monster Monday here on Dreadwave FM. I'm your host with the ghosts, offering you up a chilling toast, and tonight, we're heading deep into the cold, dark woods to talk about a legend that's been whispered around campfires for centuries. A creature of hunger, of madness, a thing that waits for winter to settle in before it strikes. I'm talking about the Wendigo. Now, some of you might already have an image in your head. Maybe you're picturing some deer-headed monster like you see in movies and games. But let me tell you, the real legends? Way older. Way creepier. The Wendigo comes from the stories of the Algonquian-speaking tribes, the Cree, the Ojibwa, the Innu. They describe it as a spirit of the cold, one that possesses humans, turning them into something else. A creature that's always starving, no matter how much it eats. Some say it's skeletal, with sunken eyes and grayish skin, stretched too tight over its bones. Others say it's just a presence, an invisible force that creeps into your mind and whispers in the wind. And if you listen too long, well, let's just say nobody sees you again. Now that's all well and good, just an old story, right? A warning against greed, against losing yourself to hunger. But what if I told you there were real cases, actual documented events where people believed they had become a Wendigo? Let's talk about Swift Runner. This was back in 1879. Swift Runner was a Cree trapper, a big guy, well respected. But one winter, something changed. He and his family were stranded in the wilderness, starving. And when rescuers finally reached them, the only one left was Swift Runner. He claimed he had been possessed by a Wendigo, that it whispered to him, gnawed at his thoughts, made him do things he never imagined. And the evidence? Well, let's just say his family wasn't missing because they got lost in the snow. They hanged him for what he did. But the locals? They didn't think they'd executed a man. They thought they had put down a monster. And that's not even the only case. Fast forward to the early 1900s. Jack Fiddler, a Cree shaman, claimed to have killed at least 14 Wendigos in his lifetime. People who were on the verge of transformation, driven mad by something unseen. Whether it was real or just mass hysteria, that's the question, isn't it? Now what about modern sightings? Yeah, people still claim to see something out in the woods. There's a case from northern Minnesota, a hiker who swears he saw a tall, skeletal figure watching him from the trees. Eyes like dying embers. When he ran, he swears he could hear it breathing just behind him, even though nothing was there. Or how about a pair of campers in Canada? They woke up in the dead of night to a voice outside their tent, whispering their names. When they finally worked up the courage to check, the ground around their camp was covered in massive footprints. So is the Wendigo just an old myth? A metaphor for greed, for losing control? Or is there something out there still watching, still hungry? That's for you to decide. This has been Monster Monday on Dreadwave FM. Keep your fires burning, your rations stocked, and whatever you do, don't listen too closely to the wind. You never know what might be whispering back. Next time, we're talking about black-eyed children. You won't want to miss it. I'm your host with the ghosts, offering you up a chilling toast this evening. Stay safe out there, and stay tuned.